you could say I was encouraged more towards, I liked performing when I was a young kid. And, you know, along the way, there were some people who were like, hey, you're kind of talented at this. And so I kept doing it. And I also painted when I was younger and stuff, but I wasn't nearly as talented as at that. And I did some dancing, but it was very clear that that was not the strongest of my performing areas, although I've remedied that to some point now. I think art is a very good thing. I think it is a very good thing, and I like being a part of art in a very general, I mean, if we're going to use that in a very general sense. I like being a part of art, and in any way that I can do that. And as it is right now, I'm lending my acting skills and my singing skills and my movement skills that I've trained to projects that I think speak to me and I think are important. And I become way more picky as I train harder in the kind of stuff that I give my time and energy to. So I think it can be a very powerful thing. It can make the highs higher in life and the lows lower, which isn't a bad thing, I don't think. And I think that's a really good thing to have in the world. I wish I had somebody who had more self-discipline naturally. And are there people who have more self-discipline naturally? I kind of have built these mythological creatures up in my head anyway. But I think that's a bad thing about being told that you're very talented at a young age. Because I definitely hit a wall where my talent was not enough. And I had to really start training to gain skills. That was difficult for me to start doing, and it continues to be difficult for me to do, but I'm doing it because ultimately I love it. I love doing it. I love performing. I like being able to do things that other people can't. I like being able to, sing opera, which is a highly finessed, I mean, it has to be just so finessed and so detail-oriented, and it's something that is very difficult to do, and I take a lot of pride in being able to do that. The rejection is hard, obviously, as a performer. You know, you can audition for 20 projects and get cast, maybe in one of them. You have to keep going and keep getting out of bed and keep auditioning, and that has taken a toll on me in the past and has ultimately made me a much stronger performer and person. One thing I've pondered about a lot is like, what is the role of art? What does art provide? And I think, art is not literally necessary to physically survive, right? So it's an enriching of the life. But then I've thought about, is it only kind of first world countries or like thriving society? There's something about this word like thrive, but that's not even true, because there are, even in very poor countries and like destitute cultures, they still have song and they still make art, and it's still a part of their culture, which is great. I mean, I think it's important for that like mental health of humans. People make art when they decide that they don't want to just survive. They want to live. I mean, people are fine. Like, you can live, you can survive, you can provide food to nourish your body, and you can stay alive, and you can have a job to get money to provide provide for your family and yourself, but it's when you decide that you actually want to live a life that is more than survival that people make art. I love singing opera specifically because it's like having a superpower, and I've said this to people before who are not opera people, because you're basically making your voice fly, and you are asking your body to do something that it is not necessarily designed to do, which is you're stretching this tiny little mechanism in your throat in ways that it's never been stretched before, probably, and you're asking your abdominal muscles to control your exhale, which goes against every instinct that you have in your body, which is to inhale, exhale, but when you sing, it's inhale, and then you make, and then you sing. So I really enjoy the science of it, actually. The fact that a human can make that much sound without a microphone is really cool. And make that much sound and not lose their voice. I mean, for opera singers who sing like 4.5, 5-hour operas even, and then they don't lose their voice is nuts. I mean, like, you can't scream, Joe Schmo can't scream at a sports game for 5 hours and not lose their voice. It's just a whole different language of communicating emotion and story. Opera singers who I listen to who just make me weep by how free their high notes are. My name is Julia Axe, and I'm an actor and an opera singer, and I choose to live.
Yeah. After her C sharp. Mm-hmm.